Good evening, everyone. I'm Richard Lewis Brown. Today is April 13th, 2022. I'm excited to be here this evening. Tonight's going to be kind of a fast pace, kind of quick. We'll be done by 7, no later than 7:15. I know for some people this week, it's a tremendous religious holiday coming up. So, to get started, I know a lot of people are wondering about what happened yesterday on April 12th concerning the HR 1 hearing against me. And I never received a link for the HR 1, so that's still up in the air. Once I get more information, I will get it out to everyone who supports me. And anyone who wants to contact me at 408-207-2339, I'll be more than happy to share that information once I get more information. Tonight, one quick thing, as you know, our union is in great turmoil right now. And, you know, this is the election year for the California State Governor. Governor Newsom's running for re-election. And so many people realize that I won this position as the Local 1000 president in 2021 by advocating for no political spending, no partisan political spending, because we have too many different parties represented by our union. And so I've held to that campaign promise, my 10-point platform. And I hear everyone, so let me mute everyone here. And so I know a lot of people are still wondering, is our union spending money on politics? Not that I'm aware of, but anyone who received the email yesterday or on Monday, they're wanting to start spending money in politics. That's what they want to start doing. So, I disagree with that. And so I'll say this again to you. On April 13th, 2022, tonight's going to be really quick. We're going to be done by 7 or 7:15. I'm talking kind of fast. I'm in a really good mood. Hopefully everyone's excited for this week, and for those who celebrate this religious holiday this Sunday and Good Friday on this Friday, please, I respect that deeply. Many people have been asking me what happened yesterday. Nothing happened yesterday as far as my HR 1 hearing. I never received a link. So I don't have any more additional information to offer on that. I don't have any additional information to offer on what I'm going through. I don't have any additional information as far as my strategy is concerned on trying to maintain this great voice of the membership that put me into office as the Local 1000 president. So I'll take some questions. It's 6:33. I said I'm going to make this quick tonight. So I'm going to take some questions from anyone who raises their hand. But tonight's about, do we really believe we should continue to do political spending like we've done for the last 20 years? Or we're going to respect the will of the voters who put me into office, and we're going to stop political spending. And we're going to get a 21% pay increase across the board for everyone equally. And hopefully we won't have to, quote, go on strike and shut the fourth largest economy on earth down. Hopefully we won't have to do that. Hopefully. But as long as I can, regain my powers and I continue to be a chief negotiator, once I regain my powers, I will continue to fight to ensure that everyone gets a substantial pay increase, 21% across the board for everyone. And we're going to continue to fight to make sure we get a great total agreement and not just simply accept the $50 or $25, because that's disrespectful to us. And so a lot of people have wondered, Richard, what has really happened since you were elected? Remember, we've appointed a job steward every day of the month since I came into office on June 30th. And most of those job stewards have gone through the fast track training, and they're job stewards. Remember, the job steward program had stopped in March of 2020. So we started that back up on June 30th, 2021, on my first day in office, and we've done a lot of great work. We still have a lot of work to do to improve the grievance process. And as you know, all those PowerPoints we did, that's up on our website, SEIULocal1000.org, that gives you a clear look at the grievance process and where we have failed, along with elections history in the past, along with our financial spending for Local 1000. So, I see a hand raised. Cheryl Butters, go ahead, Cheryl.
Richard.
Hi.
When do you have another hearing or court date at this point?
So the HR one that didn't happen yesterday, I never received the link. When I get that information, I will share that with everyone. As far as a court date for that lawsuit with DLC President 744 Bill Hall, that court date I believe is in August 18th or 19th. So that's then. And all that information is up on the Sacramento Superior Court website, Department 27.
So there's nothing pending regarding the, TRO or the suspension?
Right.
Nothing pending?
Well, I said tonight I'm not going to talk much about the court situation or strategy or anything like that. The HR one is, as far as I know, the only thing that's pending. But things can change overnight. So I'm not going to talk too much more about that. But as soon as I get the information, as far as, I want everyone to be able to view this HR1 hearing against me, because I'm transparent. So as soon as I get more information, Cheryl, I will get it to you. That's a promise.
Okay, so what do you think then, as far as how long do you think it take for you to get an answer on whether you get to go back into office, or they uphold this, whatever they're doing, and you're ousted as president?
Well, listen, it's hard to say because I'm not an attorney. I can't give you all the legal expertise. But, the Bill Hall lawsuit is trying to, quote, create the chair position, or in their minds, they've already created the chair position. So what they're trying to do with the Bill Hall lawsuit, they're trying to remove me from office altogether. Well, first of all, they're trying to kick me off the board. So that's that lawsuit to kick me off the board of directors. The HR one is to kick me out of the union. How soon will all this get done? I don't know. There's an emergency board meeting on April 18th. But that agenda has been sent out, supposedly. And then on April 23rd, the regular scheduled board meeting. And these meetings are not called by me, so to me, they're still invalid and improper. So on April 23rd, they may try to go to a closed session and try to kick me out of office altogether, kick me out of the union altogether. So, but I don't have all the information right now. But as soon as I know, Cheryl, I will let you know.
It's frustrating, Richard, because honestly, it's like, the fight that we've been in as far as CCRAs, and I just want to run away from the union because of what they're doing right now. But then I want to also hold fast, able to get back into your office. But at this point, it's like it's going to drag on forever, and I'm just so frustrated. And where we are as far as just waiting for CDCR to make that decision on what they're going to give us, and without you there being able to be by our side and say, when they offer us maybe 10% or something,
right?
With you, we can say no. We want what's fair, and we're going to stick to that. But without you, the union's just going to bend over and take whatever they give them.
So,
and we already know that. That's the way it's always been. And you're the only one who's ever given a hint in that.
right.
So it's like, what's the point? Because they're going to give us something. We already know that. I talk to labor relations every 2 weeks.
Okay.
We're just looking to get that. We already know we're getting something. We just don't know what it is. And it's certainly not going to be what we asked for. But because you're not there, we're not going to be able to hold out for it. We're just going to, the union, I probably wouldn't be able to be involved in it at all because, whatever, I don't care. But they're just going to take whatever they give us.
So,
and it's like, I don't even know what the point of being in a union is anymore. I don't know as far as this union.
right.
And especially now that our vote doesn't even count. What is the point? Why are we even in this union? What is the point? It's not like I'm someone who gets in trouble or anything and needs the union to back me up and get me out of trouble. I don't have that issue. Why do I even need to be paying the union anything when we're not even we should be getting to, because we're stuck with that same old crap that we wanted to get out of.
Right. So.
Not right. It's like, I feel like as members, we're not doing enough. Okay, you have your thing going on.
Yes.
But we as members, this is our thing too. And I don't know how us get together and be able to
Join the meeting.
together, because I know there's thousands against what's going on. So how do we organize together and make something happen as far as what is being done as being unfair and wrong to the members by what they're doing to the
Jerry
president?
Fisher, join the meeting.
So, Cheryl Butters, thank you for that respect. This is why we have hope. This is why we can't lose faith. When you're asking, what can the members do? I've asked the members to contact the media. I've asked the members to contact the MRC to voice their displeasure. A lot of people, including yourself, I believe, sent in affidavits to me to voice your displeasure. I read the impact statements. In the December board meeting. I had a stack and I didn't get through all of them. Last week we said, please send your complaints to the Public Employment Relations Board about what's going on in Local 1000. I've asked people, send me their email, authorizing me to email them. Talk to all your coworkers, have them text me if they want to help raise money. My phone number 408-207-2339. I know it's frustrating, Cheryl. A lot of people feel just like you. You feel hopeless, helpless. Your vote matters. Your voice matters. We do not give up in this country. I don't want to. You know what? People always get mad when I talk about faith. I have told people my faith in God and Jesus Christ is being tested in front of everyone. I did all that fancy talking during my campaign and after I got elected about me being put here through a dream from God. Now I have to verify, and I cannot lose faith. I'm asking you and everyone on here and everyone on Facebook, please don't lose faith in your country. Don't lose faith in your marriage or with your family or with your union. We've all made mistakes in this country as a whole, starting with myself, starting with the country and our foundation. No perfect people are out here. Please don't lose faith in unions. I know many people have decided to cancel their membership until I've been restored back to power with all my presidential powers. I would sincerely ask them to come back. Contract is next year. Contract negotiations start next year. The lower our membership goes, it will affect our contract negotiations. But that's not the only driving force. I hear the passion, Cheryl. And it's funny because this is the week where for some of us who believe in Christianity, this is an important week for us. And for those, as I say to Ishmael and Isaac, I love and respect them and cherish what they cherish and won't view myself as being superior or view myself for having the keys to the afterlife and they don't. But to those who do not believe in a higher power, I'm asking those to absolutely not lose hope and believe in a positive mindset. Believe in the golden rule that we're all in this together, we're all equal. Please, don't lose hope. And I know the CCRAs, I supported you. I told you during my campaign I supported you, and I did not turn on you once I was elected. The same for the Heffens. The same for the transportation engineering techs, the transportation engineering technicians, the techs. And I was trying to let people know that those jobs at CCC in Lansing County that I was fighting for, that I continue to fight for, it wasn't just for CCC. I'm trying to fight for everyone that's represented by Local 1000, including those in DMV who think that I have forgotten them. I have not forgotten those in DMV who could possibly lose their jobs in the future. You should not lose your job while under a signed contract. That's what they've done in the past. I don't look at it like that because as a labor union, when you sign a contract, those jobs should be protected, period. So I'll come back to Cheryl's frustration a little bit more here. So let's go to the next caller. TI's Pad. Go ahead, sir.
It's Tyler's iPad.
Hey, Tyler.
I'm just curious. I'm also sharing Cheryl's pain
Okay.
concerning all the things that's going down. Us dues paying members voted for you, the 33% that did so, but yet the board is utilizing our money or our votes differently based on their decision. I'm trying to have faith too. We all have faith when voting for you. So how could they turn on the members like that if they reach out to, is it a possibility to reach out to all the members that did vote to recalculate to see if you're going to get the 33%? I'm pretty sure your ratings are going to go up from the original voters that did vote.
So here's what I would say to you, Tyler. This is internal politics of Local 1000. When you say that some of the board of directors, not all of them, but some of them, have turned on the membership, I would say to you, as I said in the PowerPoint presentation, 33 of the 51 DLC presidents got elected with no votes. And as I have said many times before, we were never a labor union, we were a social justice organization. So to say that people have turned on the membership, our leaders have turned on the membership, I would say, how could they have turned? They were never for membership. They were never for them from the very beginning. Not trying to be judgmental, I'm just looking at actions. Remember when we gave up, so when we've given up our money under a signed contract so many times in the past, why is that? Because that's the past custom. Because they said that the politicians are our bosses. And I've told you repeatedly, they are not our bosses. We're in a relationship, a 50-50 partnership. All right. But you're very welcome, Tyler. So I understand his pain in conjunction with Cheryl Butler's frustration that she articulated so quickly. All right, we're going to go to the next caller, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, Richard, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm okay.
Hey, just quick, if you can just repeat your number slowly so we can write it down.
Oh, thank you, Bob. So my phone number, if you want to cash at me, just send me a text at 408 207
Okay.
2339.
Okay.
And to those who don't like text, you want to do email, I'm richard.brown7437@yahoo.com. And I do respond to my texts and emails. All right. Thank you for calling in. Oh, I'm sorry. You have anything else, Bob?
Yeah, I had more.
Oh, sure.
I know you know, and thank you so much. You responded to my texts already a few times.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate that, really. So I do share everyone's pain here. I just wanted to let you know. And I do share your pain, Richard, because there is another lady on this call right now that will confirm that we both lost jobs because of our faith. So I don't want to say anything further.
Okay.
It's a short conversation. We're going to end up quicker, but
Sure.
know that they do not really work for us, and they chased us out just because of our faith, and it's something related to the religious accommodations promised but never delivered. So thank you so much for fighting for us.
Oh.
And I promise you, I will be with you, although I'm without a job right now. I promise you I will be with you until whenever and whatever happens.
Okay, Bob, I'm so sorry you lost your job. I'm imagining it has to do with the pandemic vaccination or the pandemic, the COVID testing.
Exactly.
So let me say this, because a lot of people have asked about this political stuff. In this state, you know, we're mainly liberal, we're a blue state. So they want everyone to be vaccinated. And so when I was elected, I said, no, we're going to fight to give people the choice. Some people who are non-religious said, hey, thank you for giving me the freedom to control my body. And for those who have a strong belief in God or a higher power, who said that, listen, I won't take the vaccination, or I won't let my body be invaded over a situation where we don't know the long-term consequences of the testing or the vaccination. I understand that clearly. And I was fighting for you. Even though I've been vaccinated myself, I was still fighting for you. And so some people said, Richard, that really put you in a bad situation. That may have caused more pain than the fact that you said you didn't want to spend money for politics. Some people said, it's not just the fact that you were fighting to give people the choice for vaccinations or to be subject to the pandemic testing, COVID testing, but it was the fact that you articulated your faith and that you wouldn't take the salary stipend. That is what some people said has caused me the biggest problems. All right, and hopefully once I'm restored back into my position with my presidential powers, Bob, you won't lose my number, and we can try to fight to get your job back. All right, next caller, Kelly Newby. Go ahead, Kelly.
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call, Richard.
How you very
I just
welcome.
thank you. I just wanted to let everybody know I was on the call last night with Annika,
Sure.
and I just want everybody to know on the call last night that the VPs intend on having an emergency meeting this weekend and passing through their stipends and also their full-time union leave, in addition to, of course, wasting money on the politicians. But I just wanted to ensure that they're aware of that. Everybody on this call is aware of that.
Yeah.
Please get the word out. Have them talk to their DLC presidents and also call the MRC and letting them know that we are not in favor of that.
Well, I'm unaware of any emergency meeting this weekend. I thought there was one on the 18th, and they were talking about some different issues about political spending on that emergency meeting on the 18th. So if they're having another one this weekend, that's news to me. Kelly, first of all, thank you for calling in. Second of all, I told you that one of the big reasons why they were trying to run me out of office was because of the stipends. And I remember I said, hey, have them put it in writing. And so what someone had told me was they wanted to take it to the membership for a vote if they should get the stipends or not, the statewide officers. And I kind of laughed because that means you have to trust the voting process. And if you know I'm not running that voting process as the president with my full powers, if I'm not in charge of that, do you trust that voting process? Because most people in this union never trusted the voting process, which is why they said I would never win the election. That was their opinion. That's the first thing. Second thing, the union leave. It's funny because the president decides the union leave, and they set that up years ago to the policy file. And now they want to change that because the wrong person won the presidency. So, and I don't know if Annika Walls is on this call or not, if she wants to chip in here and set the record straight. I would like to engage in a conversation with her in front of everyone because I'm not afraid to engage with her or David Jimenez, our Secretary-Treasurer, or Irene Green, VP of Bargaining, or any of the board of directors. Anytime they want to come on this call, they're always free to come on. As you know, people voted me into office. We're not going to let the voice of the voters go unrecognized. We're not going to let their voice get silenced, as Cheryl Butters and Tyler Bouet and other people have stated. The voters voted. And if you don't like who got elected, you can run a recall on that person. But if you watch what they do, just watch how they're trying to pollute the atmosphere to build up the momentum to where if they lose, and they're going to lose, in my personal opinion, then they'll try to run a recall on me. So they're trying to attack me from every direction possible. And that's what politics do. Because they know that I'm here to sincerely give everyone a 21% pay increase across the board, to offer financial transparency, to ensure that the grievance process is corrected, that we grieve cases and we just don't throw cases away because we don't think we can win after accepting your money for 2 years, 5 years, 15 years, 30 years. There's a number of reasons, but I think tonight, I want to talk about, do we want to continue with political spending? Because I got elected to stop that. And so political spending and not losing faith tonight, I guess they kind of go together hand in hand. And so I said tonight, I'm not here to talk about strategy or the legal process or anything like that. If people want to cash at me, please, because they've taken away my attorneys. So my number 408-207-2339. That's 408-207-2339. I'll send you my Cash App code. But more importantly, I don't want people to lose hope. Because once you lose hope, then you give up on yourself. And I know people who have given up on themselves in life. Some of these people who have given up on themselves don't belong to our union, but yet you work side by side with them. Some of them have been victimized by the union, failed grievances, whether they didn't get their cases grieved to arbitration, or whether they broke the timeline, or whatever. Our union has failed a lot of people and they've lost hope. And because I was elected in 21, hope had been restored. And this is why it's funny, because you can watch people act professional and they tell you all the things you want to hear, but deep down inside they're lying to you. Now they'll tell you that I'm irrational, I'm emotional, I'm angry, I'm intimidating, but yet you tune in to watch me every Wednesday because you get it. You get the straight story. You don't have someone who's lying to you. And everything I said I was going to do when I got into office, the one thing that I did not get a chance to do right away was reduce the dues by 50% on day one. Why was I not able to reduce the dues by 50% on day one? Politics. And that's why when they were calling me out saying I was spending money wrongly or malfeasance, financial malfeasance with the credit cards, and then you found out they were the ones who were spending the money wrongly. But I was showing you where we were spending that money at. And what you're going to find out is once you really uncover where we spend all our money, Local 1000, you're going to find out that more than half of our money goes to politics. Either through SEIU International, through SEIU State Council, through all these different labor affiliates. That's what you're going to find out. And then you say, well, we have to be part of these associations to protect ourselves. Did they protect you from the PLP, from the 2020 PLP for 2 days? Did they protect you from the 2012 or 2010 PLP? Did they protect you during the furlough? Did they? I'm just asking. If you're going to carry an insurance and you have a car accident, you want the insurance company to come through and protect you. And when they don't, you have to shop for a new insurance company. Now, all these things that I have said that may have sounded controversial, it touched your heart. Think about it. The 3 VPs, all these people on the board of directors, not all of them, but quite a few of them, do they touch your heart? Do they tell you the truth? Do you believe in them? And if anyone is trying to get in tonight, I want you to be able to get in. If I see you in there, I'll let you in. Because I want everyone to come into this tonight. Even my enemies who are coming in to watch what I say so they can run back and say, oh, he said this, he said that. We can use that against him in court or in the HR1 process. Let them all come in tonight. I'm telling you this. The truth will come out on these people. But this comes down to political spending. And hold on a second here. All right, so I see DLC 772 President Mary Dela Cruz. Come on into the waiting room. I don't see you in there. If I see you in, I'll let you in, Mary. I don't see you in the waiting room. All right, so I see someone texting me, DLC President 772 Mary Dela Cruz. I don't see you in the waiting room, Mary, so if you come in the waiting room, I would definitely let you in. Everyone's coming in tonight. I don't see no one being removed out of the waiting room. All right, so talking kind of fast, talking kind of quick. I said tonight, it's about political spending. Should our union continue to be involved in political spending? All that political spending had stopped once I took office on June 30th. Some people said, well, what about the CalPERS situation? You were giving us the information about the other 2 candidates who were running for the CalPERS positions. I was giving you information. I did not tell you to vote for those 2 CalPERS candidates, Tiffany Morantz and Margaret Brown. We gave you information for you to make an informed decision. They said that was wrong to do that. That decision had already been made to support the other candidates, but I was unaware of that. I'm sure that most of them, the membership was unaware of that. But, this is regarding political spending. And, when the board had an emergency meeting on June 2nd to give $1 million to SIU State Council to help our current governor successfully defeat his recall, I don't remember them asking membership about that. But they made that decision on their own. Now, some people said that was a bad decision. I never went against that decision after I became president on June 30th. Some people will tell you that I did, but no, I didn't. I just said that before then, I said I find it interesting that we're trying to spend money on a governor who took money from us. I found that very interesting. Anyway, life goes on. And this week, on Good Friday, some people will be not working on Friday. And this week is a very serious week, probably the most serious week for some of those in our country who worship under Christianity. But to those who don't, whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, or a Jew who practices Judaism, or whether you practice another type of religion in a higher power, or whether you don't practice any religion, I hope that people don't lose faith in Local 1000. And so you say, well, Richard, we see how they're attacking you and how they're trying to basically, rip your head off. Yes, welcome to America. Welcome to America. And the reason why they're attacking me is they know I'm sincere. And everything I said I'm going to do for you, I'm going to do. Maybe not as fast as you want me to do it, but you know I'm sincere. You know that I'm sincere in helping you get a 21% pay increase across the board for everyone equally. Listen, all these illegal board meetings they've had since March 5th up to now, and all these meetings, all these little Tuesday night and Wednesday night calls, do they tell you repeatedly, we're going to get you a 21% pay increase across the board for everyone equally? Do they tell you that? Do they tell you that if we can't get that 20% pay increase across the board, we are going to take a strike vote because you have lost too much money over the years, and we're not going to let Cal HR determine your dignity? Did they tell you they're going to remove that clause, that dignity clause out of there to where it does not state that Cal HR is the final decision maker? Have they told you that? Have they told you they're going to stop the mandatory overtime for the LVNs and the RNs and CDCR? Have they told you this? Do they tell you that with a spirit of sincerity, a spirit of emotional, enthusiastic energy without you feeling like they're just telling you a bag of lies? Have they told you that? They have not, and they will not. And when they do tell you that, do you think they're being sincere? Do you think they'll ever want to debate me in front of you, live on a Zoom? You know and I know they'll never debate me because it's not in them. But they'll try to arrange a circus to convince you and other people that I should be removed from office. But you and I both know, even those who did not vote for me, both know that's not true. The essential worker premium pay that Yolanda Williams said, Richard, start the petition drive. That essential worker premium pay that we did that board of directors, all those DLC presidents and bunk chairs, were they staunchly advocating for that? Did they support the president in that essential worker premium pay petition drive? Did they? But yet they tell you now in the emails, we're fighting for you to get this essential worker premium pay. Really? Are you? Where were you back then when we were doing that petition drive? Where were you then? Were you supporting the president then? These people do not want to debate me. And that's why you'll never see them ever challenge me to a debate. And you know what? We don't have to do a debate. Let's just do a conversation, Facebook Live. They don't want to do that. What they will do is try to have a board meeting and sit up under the Robert Rules of Order so that they can cut people off and they can manipulate people. When you're having a truthful, sincere conversation, you don't need the Robert Rules of Order. I can talk in 15 to 30 seconds and shut it down and let you talk. And we can go back and forth and debate the information. Or we can articulate. We can converse. We can dialogue. But these people don't want this from me. someone said, oh, so someone asked me about the budget that was just passed. Well, I was trying to pass the budget. We lost by like one vote. And they were trying to sabotage that budget that I was trying to pass. Nowhere in the policy file does it say that we have to pass the budget to spend money. But they have convinced you that I would spend that money wrongly. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I wasn't spending the money wrongly. Now, and then they tell you about letting the staff off for 12 days for 2022. Let me say this to you. If you want to build solidarity and you want to have the staff excited to work for you, you may want to give them time off around the holiday to be with your families. I thought our mission statement said, oh gosh, I don't have my contract in front of me. I thought our mission statement said that we want to be able to, enhance all of Californians, not just dues-paying members. But people oftentimes fail to remember that part. But anyway, I'm saying all these things to you really quickly because I don't want anyone to lose faith. And to those people at CCC in Lansing County, and even to those in High Desert, don't lose faith in Local 1000. To all those who work in CDCR, behind those prison walls, it takes a will, a faith, a determination to go behind those walls that you volunteered for, to go behind there and come out of there alive every single time you go in there. So you do have a strong faith. Please don't lose faith in Local 1000. Okay, I see a hand raised. DLC 772, hold on here, make sure I get it right. 772 guest. So go ahead, ma'am or sir. DLC 772 guest, go ahead.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for taking my call, Richard. This is Mary Dela Cruz, DLC president. So I first want to say, who is your co-host?
I have a co-host, a next door neighbor.
Okay, well, I don't appreciate your next door neighbor kicking me off 4 times, and I come back in and I ask him, who are you? I'm sure everybody on this call recognizes my background.
Well, let me explain this. Let me explain this. I've been watching. I've not seen anyone being kicked off.
Well, ask your co-host.
My next door neighbor, I'm here in Oak Park. My next door neighbor had a lot to tell me over the last few days, and so the next door neighbor offered to help me with this because there's been some disturbing instances or disturbing cases happening at my residence when I'm there or when I'm not there. So I don't know why my next door neighbor is kicking you off because I don't see that happening.
Well, I've been putting it in the chat. Who are you? Who are you? And the person, it failed to identify themselves and just removed me from the meeting. And if this person has been helping you before, look at my background, my screen. Do I look like an anti-Richard supporter?
So tonight, I am instructing my next door neighbor to let everybody in, even my enemies. Now, I apologize if you were being kicked out, Mary. I don't have no fight with you.
4 times. That's come I text you because I'm thinking, who is this person? They need to be removed.
Okay, so my next door neighbor is helping me, and I'm grateful that my next door neighbor is helping me. From this point on, I'll do my own host, and I will have no one help me. And that way you don't have to worry about that.
I'm just saying, if you
right.
told her you can let your enemies in, I'm not sure why this person keeps kicking me off.
Everybody that I've seen is being let in. So I don't see how you're being kicked off. I just don't see it.
You guys have a good evening. I'm going to go ahead and leave. Thank you so much. You guys have a good evening.
Okay, so the next caller, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, I wish the lady had stayed so that he can hear my comments on it. But I'll just say I got kicked off 4 times and I didn't want to complain because I understand the internet. Maybe it's just a connection issue. So
I'll tell you what I'll do. I will. I'll tell my next door neighbor. I'll let everybody in. Period. And that way there's no confusion.
You're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
She's just probably trying to distract us. Anyways, I wanted to tell you, sorry that everything is happening to you. I know the reasons why, because you are for all of us.
Okay.
work for us. And I always say, follow the money. There's probably going to be in the future opportunities to find out what exactly happened, and maybe we find out why exactly you were their enemy. And I'm just waiting for that to happen, hoping and praying. However, I just wanted to tell everyone, asking the question, how do we fight back? Find any ways to help Richard and everyone else, because you are next in line to happen to you. Whatever happened to Richard and me, I'm going to just repeat that I just lost my job because of not wanting to do whatever they were pushing me to do. And my union representatives are wonderful people, and they lost their right to fight as well because Richard's not there. So there is a reason why Richard's out, because they wanted to take our voices away. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, Bob, thank you so much. Hopefully, DLC 772 President Mary De La Cruz will try to come back so I can show her that I will let her in immediately. Like I said, everyone has been let in tonight. Now, remember, I want people to remember this. There were people saying months ago, don't let everybody in on your Wednesday night calls because they come in to cause trouble. And I said, well, if you don't let people in, then they'll say that you're censoring them. And then some people say, well, we don't care about that. We don't want everybody let in. So I want to make sure that tonight, everybody is allowed in. And, you know, even my enemies, if they want to ask a question, whatever, tell them to raise their hand. Remember, I'm the only person that's not afraid to take on anybody and everybody. And you've already heard when they tried to suspend me or whatever on the suspension that I'm currently on, that when they try to call in some of these calls, sometimes they get in, sometimes they don't. I don't have anything to hide. So when they try to say, oh, you know, you're trying to avoid us or whatever, no, I'm not. I never have. All right. I see a hand raised. Yolanda Williams. Go ahead, Yolanda.
I'm sorry. It took me a minute to unmute.
That's okay.
Hi, Richard. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing just fine.
You hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there. I was talking with the essential worker premium pay that you had asked me to do twice. And
Okay, go ahead.
no, I'm done.
Okay. Just wanted to say you're not the only one that's afraid to fight. That's not afraid to fight.
Okay.
Yolanda Williams is not afraid to fight. That person, Bob, I will pray for you. That God will provide for you during this time, and that you will get your job back in the name of Jesus Christ. Period on that. Okay. Also, all these people on this line, I'm not sure why people didn't do anything in regards to Teresa Taylor, and that was before my time. It was just probably maybe a year or two. No, not a year, but 8 months. That wasn't before my time. I'm sorry, but the fact that no one has done anything in regards to this lady saying what she said about you, it really bothered me. So I did something. So, Mr. Brown, I do have an HR 1 for Teresa Taylor. However, the three VPs have not signed my return receipt to show that they received my paperwork, as they did once before in regards to my appeal that I had to have you state that you received.
Right.
I know you remember that, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that said, you have members trying to do things. I have, that out there because I feel like this person, spewed this type of
Racial homophobic.
Language out there that was uncalled for to be a board member. To be a board member and say that she's representing so many people. How dare you do that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure all those people didn't feel that way about you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have won. So, then there's this issue also about the grievances. I'm sorry, it's just built up.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brown, it's built up.
Okay.
But the grievances, just
Yes.
30 days for this, 60 days for 45 days for this, and so on until it's almost a year and a half, members. A year and a half, and you're dealing with it every day, and it's getting rougher every day. So you guys are on this line, if you're not having a problem with your boss, if you're not, there's somebody that you do know that's probably having a problem with that boss. And you guys should definitely tell them they need to be trying to get with this team, Richard, and because he's going to fight for you. I don't know. This is just, I really feel that all the things that you've shown on these slides, PowerPoints, people need to really look at because they're doing it right now. That unusual spending, changing the bylaws, changing the policy file, having these board meetings that are illegal, all of this to grab the bag, to continue to use our money that we go to work every day, get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, be there at 8 o'clock or whatever, on the train, going through all kinds of stuff, for them to use it at their leisure, be on union leave, kicking it, drinking Starbucks on the YouTube and get your hair done and all this other stuff. Really? On my dime? I don't like it. I voiced my opinion to MRC, which I told you, Richard, I really don't think they're going to do something, but I did.
That's correct. That's correct.
Anyway, I did that, and then I also, like I said, I have something in purse. I'm not afraid to fight. Now, if I lose my job tomorrow, then I lose my job, but I'm going to still fight because you stand for something or fall for anything. Point blank, period. And if everybody's on here really believes in your 10-point plan, they will be doing something to help you. And I believe there's also people on here who have done something. I know a couple of them who was there just from the beginning. They know who they are. No need to talk about it. So, but Richard, I am for you. I just want to know. I just want to put it out there because you might be summoned in my case. So you know what I'm saying.
So
yeah.
So let me say this to Yolanda Williams. First of all, you do rock. Now, and then you prayed to Jesus Christ for Bob. Oh, I love that. And then the respect about the essential worker premium pay, that no one wants to acknowledge that it was you that said, Richard, what are you doing? Do the petition twice. And those petitions we got to over 17,000 because of Yolanda Williams' insistence. And then you've hit the nail on the head about filing the HR1 on Teresa Taylor, and they haven't confirmed it. To everyone on this call tonight, on Facebook and in this Zoom, let me show you the... Woo! Hold on. You're right. You took my word. So let me say this, because this is Good Friday coming up, and I'm gonna act accordingly. Yolanda Williams.
Jesus fought too. He tore down the temple when they did what they did.
That's right. That you're right. You're right. So what I'm gonna ask everybody to do tonight, Cheryl Butters and all of them, I'm gonna show you the hypocrisy of this union, as Yolanda just stated. Let everyone file an HR1 about the language that DLC 786 President Teresa Taylor said about me. I think she said it on August 10th. If you want to email me or text me, I'll send you her exact words, and you can put it in part of your HR1. And then you're gonna watch them not do anything, and it won't even come up for a hearing. Nothing will happen to her. Now, I have been begged, and not just by certain people from the community, but by other people too. Richard, don't use the R word, okay? So I won't say racism tonight. Okay. I'm going to say, I'm going to keep the faith in God through Jesus Christ. And
well, I hope when you get summoned, because you might be summoned, honey. I'm just letting you know. You need to be real, just like you was.
Oh, well.
I said, Richard, you let them know, Miss Uko know that I sent that to you. I sent that, and you sent that text, and you said, yes,
Yes, you did.
And so, you know, Richard, you all right with me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, Yolanda? You have always spoken the truth. Whether it's you, whether it's DLC 768 President Cheryl Allen saving our union's life. Do you have soul? Whether it's DLC 772 President Mary Dela Cruz, whether it's Betty Jackson Stewart, Angela Pruitt, Bob, I can't remember Bob's last name, whether it's Tyler from my agency over the State Treasurer's Office at one of the commissions, whether it's Derek Rowe, DLC 770 Secretary Treasurer, Cheryl Butters, CCRA down south. So many people have called and said, don't give up. You've spoken the truth. You've exercised your vote. And some people didn't even vote for me and said, hey, I didn't vote for you, Richard, but now that I know you, you are that guy that's going to fight for us. Absolutely, I'm going to fight for you, everyone. Now, once again, Yolanda Williams has hit it out the park. If you want to see the hypocrisy, then let everyone file their HR 1 on Teresa Taylor on what she said about me. Because you know, if the shoe was on the other foot, and I had said that about her, telling her to go, you know, I'm gonna act right tonight. Even though I'm gonna tell the whole truth on what she said, because it was so vulgar, homophobic, and sexist. But she was given a pass. She was allowed to use her privilege. Because if I had said that about her, trust me, forget about being part of Local 1000. I would have lost my job in the state of California. You and I both know this.
Yeah, my HR 1 was filed on March 19th. I have yet to get a response from the 3 VPs or the legal. It was sent to the legal department. I even made a call, a follow-up, because you know me and my follow-up. You know, I'm a really a stickler about that. And they did not return my call. Do you hear me, members? All you 25 on here. I followed up on this certified receipt HR 1, the MRC. And no one to this day has called me back. Now you tell me that. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. They don't want to address it, but they want to get an HR 1 on Richard.
So now here's the funny thing. Yolanda is absolutely right. And when you have factions, you have the internal squabbling in the union. Teresa Taylor supports Bill Hall, but Bill Hall and Teresa Taylor can't get along with Annika Walls and David Jimenez because Annika and David are part of the MTC, Members of Transparency and Change. So they claim. And so you have all this internal fighting. And what you're going to see is they're not going to be able to work together because they don't trust each other. But let me say this to you, Yolanda. Bill Hall doesn't trust Annika Walls or David Jimenez. Bill Hall is not wrong. Annika Walls or David Jimenez don't trust Bill Hall or Teresa Taylor and their little group. They're not wrong. Neither one trusts each other. Irene Green doesn't trust anybody. She's right. And the only person that will give it to you straight in front of everybody and not ashamed, is not going to be trying to bend and twist his words, is myself. Now, both groups know that. Now, Bill Hall's group, and this goes into the political spending part. Bill Hall and his group wants to do political spending. And so does Annika Walls and David Jimenez. But they both want the power and they both want the salary stipends. But they both don't trust each other. Because remember, Yvonne Walker had sidelined MTC because she couldn't trust them. Well, Yvonne Walker was right. She sidelined them for a purpose. Because they were trying to suspend her. And somehow, mysteriously, they couldn't suspend her correctly, but mysteriously, they can suspend me correctly. But I'm not going to talk about all that stuff. Anyway, no one trusts anyone in the union. And so when the members, such as Cheryl Butters and other people say, hey, I'm really frustrated. I don't think I can trust my union. Well, they're not wrong. And the one person that you can trust, even though sometimes I may drive you and other people on this call, I may drive people out of their mind with my actions and my delivery, you know you can trust me. If you give me $10, come back tomorrow, here's your $10 back. Heck, even my ex-wife knows that. So you're seeing all of this, but if you really want to see the hypocrisy, let everyone on here file an HR 1 against Teresa Taylor for the language that she said about me. In fact, some people say that, we should file an HR 1 on the whole board, or not on the whole board, but on the people who support her because they're validating her behavior. So when you have the president of a union and you allow someone in leadership, a former VP, who's currently the CalPERS president, say those types of things about me, whether it's racist or homophobic or just disgusting or unprofessional, when you allow that to happen, that tells you the president has no respect from a certain number of people on the board. That's what that tells you. And so someone just sent me a text. I will send, the person who sent me the text, I will send that information about what Teresa Taylor said. In fact, I know what to send you. Anybody who else wants it, just text me and I'll send you her phone thread, her and her daughter's, before her daughter resigned. All right, enough of me running my mouth, because we're supposed to be done at 7:15, now we're at 7:27. Okay, so we'll come back to Tyler and then we'll go to Bob. Go ahead, Tyler.
I just had a comment for Yolanda. Since she can't reach out to them directly, maybe she should find their secretaries and email them and make sure they read receipt. And could you please forward this HR 1 over to whatever that received it? Because they're their secretary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you know what? You're right, Tyler. Now, some people say she should go through PERB, Public Employment Relations Board, and file a complaint with them saying that Local 1000 is not representing her because when she's filing a complaint, that's another option. But if enough people file an HR 1 regarding the language that Teresa Taylor used, they can't ignore all of them. And some people say, we'll put up on Facebook what we did. So when you're, some people say, Richard, they're attacking you on every level. So we have to, quote, let them know they can't keep attacking you when you're trying to help us. And I'll stop there, Tyler. Okay, next caller, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
Thank you, Richard. Thanks everyone for the prayers, and I suggest let's finish with the prayers today, if you don't mind. And just want to say, I have nothing but positive things about Union, Richard, you, and my representatives. The thing is that people don't understand is that they need to do their legwork as well. So you can't just expect for the union to do the things and you never show up on the meetings, you never show up in front of the Capitol, you never walk with us around buildings, and you never ask for anything. So also, if you don't have any problems, good for you. But I experienced problems with my work. My union was there to back me up. Even though people were telling me all the time, union is bad, union doesn't do their job and stuff. No, on the contrary, Richard and my representatives have already done their job for me, but only when I was clear what I needed from them to do for me. And that's it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, so it's 7:29. We're going to stop this at 7:30. So I'm going to try to wrap this up in 3 minutes. 4 minutes. So we're running to 7:33 or 7:34. Let me say this. I've been asked to not espouse my religious beliefs. Oh well, I believe in God through Jesus Christ, and this is how I've gotten this far in life. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. There are no perfect people on earth. Does that mean that I'm getting eternal life because I believe in God through Jesus Christ? In my opinion, yes. But Ishmael and Isaac say, hey, Richard, you're a little off. And so to Ishmael and Isaac, I say, you could be right, but I'm going to take my faith in God through Jesus Christ, and I'm going to stand pat. But to those, Ishmael and Isaac, you stand pat too. And to those who don't believe in Christianity or Judaism or Islam, to those who have other religious beliefs, stand by your religious beliefs. And to those who don't believe in a higher power, but you believe in the golden rule and you believe in having a positive mindset, stand by your beliefs. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this union together, regardless of our religious beliefs or our race, our ethnicity, or our job occupation. We cannot lose faith. We must maintain hope. we must maintain hope. Let me say it for you again, because someone will accuse me tonight of showing favor towards Christianity. Islam, Judaism, to those who don't believe in the big three, whether it's Buddha, Confucianism, I can't even say it correctly, but you know what I'm saying, or Hindu, to those who have other beliefs outside those three, stand by your religious beliefs and don't give up on life. And don't give up on America. Don't give up on your family, on your marriage. Do not give up on Local 1000. All right, I said I was getting off. All right, one last call. DLC 770, Derek Roque. Go ahead, Derek.
Good evening, Mr. President, and hallelujah. That's all we'll say. Yeah, I just want to say I agree with you on everything. I'm going to keep it brief tonight. And I just wanted to tell everyone just say what you said in louder volumes. This week, for my people, Passover begins. Mm-hmm. And during Passover, I'm not going to get into the story because we're limited on time, but
okay.
We marched through a mighty exodus to get to another land for bondage. So keep the faith. Thank you very much. I'll keep the faith as well.
Thank you very much, Derek. And to those who don't know, Derek is Jewish. He practices Judaism. And you'll hear people say, oh, Richard's anti-Semitic, or he's this or that. That's not true at all. That is absolutely not true. I treat people with respect and dignity, regardless of their race or their religion or their sexual orientation. Don't let these people on Facebook tell you that I'm against this or that. That is not true. And I'm trying to fight for everyone equally, starting with the pandemic, with the COVID vaccination, and for the telework agreement. I see you, Bob. I'll save you. Text me your whole name, Bob, and I'll save you to my phone. All right, it's 7:33. At 7:34, I'm getting off. I want to thank everyone for being so nice and calling in tonight and talking quickly. And we'll have some more information next week. Tonight was supposed to be about political spending. Should we continue political spending or not? And we've talked about a lot of different issues kind of quickly. I want to thank you for your time. Don't lose hope. Don't give up. I am Richard Lewis Brown, and I'm here to listen to you. Thank you. Mwah! Love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Good night.